Lesson. This is Harp Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. In this lesson, we are looking at introduction to relations. We'll focus on the conceptual understanding. Here are the lesson objectives. Without much ado, let's quickly look into it. So, when we talk of relation, what comes to mind? A relation is simply a rule or connection that links elements from one set to the elements of another set. You see, so think of it as just a rule of connection. It tells you how elements from one set, so let's say set A, the starting set, is linked to set B, that is another set, the ending set. So in a real world example, let's take as a relation is the father of. So in set A, I'm going to have Abraham and then Isaac. Then in set B, I'm going to have Isaac and then Jacob. Now the relation I'm going to use is the father of. So with that, we can connect each and every element from set A to set B, such that we have a relation as you see here. So with this, we can easily say Isaac and our relation represented by this arrow here. So Abraham is the father of Isaac, and then Isaac is the father of Jacob, and it goes on and on. So that is the rule that has linked the set A to set B. Now, for us to understand relation properly, we need to understand some basic terminologies. That is the domain, the codomain, and also the range. Now, to understand these terms properly, I'm going to use this to illustrate. So we have two sets, and we'll call this first set our set A. Then this second set will be our set B. Now, the relation that will link the set A to set B would be squared. So with that, the square of -2 is a 4. So we bring that here. The square of -1 is also a 1. The square of 0 is also 0. The square of 1 is also 1. Then finally, the square of 2 is also 4. There are elements in set B that do not have counterparts in set A. Let's now define what domain, codomain, and then the range is from these. On the other hand, the codomain is the set of all the potential values, ending values. In this case, that is all we have in our set B. So 4 is in the codomain, it is part of the codomain. 1 is part of the codomain, 0 is part of the codomain, -1 and -4, they are all part of the codomain because they are the possible or potential targets. Sometimes it is called the output or the target set, and the domain is actually the input. But if we look at the codomain properly, there are elements in the codomain that do not have what? Arrows attached to them. They are not hit by the arrows. So then, when it comes to the codomain, we have another set of elements, and we call that the range. So we say the range are the actual values in the codomain that are hit by the arrows. The range are what? The actual values in the codomain that are hit by the arrows. So we can say 4 is part of the range because it is hit by an arrow. 1 is also part of the range, and 0 is part of the range. But for -1, though it is in the codomain, it is not part of the range. -4 as well, though it is also in the codomain, it is also not part of the range. These are the terms we need to understand to be able to work with what? Relations and functions properly. With these terms understood, let's look at the methods we use to represent relations. So when it comes to representing relations, there are two methods. we would first look at the ordered pairs and the arrow diagrams. We've actually done both, but then you didn't know that was what was going on. So when we talk of the ordered pair, talking of the ordered pair, this is how we write it. So an ordered pair is written as x, y. They are written as pairs. So the x is always from the domain and the y is always from the codomain. That is how we write relations in ordered pair. So with that, let's take an example. So let's say our row is double the number. That is our relation. And then we have a domain of 1, 2, and then 3. How are we going to write or represent these relations? So our ordered pairs, using the ordered pair method, then we are going to get for 1. We have our 1. Then since 1 is from the domain, from the codomain, it says we have to double the number. So the double of 1 then becomes 2. Then we come to the next one, 2. So from the domain, we have our 2, and then the double of 2 is 4. From the domain, we have our 3. The double of 3 is also 6. You see? So using the ordered pair method, this is how we can represent this relation. And what of the arrow diagram or the mapping? And even before we go to the arrow diagram, you should always note that the order really matters. Writing 1, 2 here is not the same as 2, 1. If you change the order, then you are saying the 2 is in the domain and 1 is in the codomain. Let's now look at the arrow diagram. The arrow diagram, on the other hand, shows connections visually. And by visually, I simply mean if you have one set, which is the domain, and then the codomain also as one set, use arrows to show the connections between one to the other. And with that, one element can even point to more than one, just as you saw in this example here. So this is an example of an arrow diagram. In our subsequent lessons, we'll be looking at what functions really are. And you realize that relation doesn't necessarily need to use all the elements. So one element in the domain can even relate to more than one element in the codomain. And relations are more general than functions. As I said in my introduction, this lesson is just to introduce you to the conceptual understanding of relations. As usual, I'll leave you with some exercise just to test your understanding on the concept we have built on so far. So here are just 4 questions you are to answer on your own. The first one, you have to write out what you have there as ordered pairs. The second one, you have to list out the domain for me. And then the third one, you have to actually represent them using an arrow diagram. And the fourth is just a question you have to explain to me. This Hub Beyond Numbers where you learn maths the easy way. I do hope this lesson was helpful. If this is your first time and you think this channel will be of help to you, you can choose to subscribe if you so do wish, so that anytime I release a video, you'll be notified as well. See you in our next lesson, and bye for now. Stay safe.